Mr. Speaker, sir, in accordance with Rule 72(2) of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Lok Sabha, I rise to pro forma oppose the introduction of the Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024, as there is no provision in the Lok Sabha rules to get a clarification with respect to the source of legislative power of the Union Government under the 7th Schedule of the Constitution of India to introduce the proposed bill, even though it may be an amendment to the principal bill. I am aware, Mr. Speaker, sir, that the Banking Regulation Act was amended in 1965 to make it applicable to cooperative societies. I am also aware that it was amended in 2020 to bring cooperative banks under the purview of the Reserve Bank of India, and entry 45 in the union list pertains to banking. However, Mr. Speaker, sir, and this is important, entry 43 of the union list expressly excludes cooperative societies from the legislative remit of the central government and by implication cooperative banks. Entry 44 of the union list does not specifically refer to cooperative societies also. On the other hand, entry 32 of the state list gives specific powers to state governments to legislate on cooperative societies and by derivation on cooperative banks. This matter, Mr. Speaker, sir, it's an important issue of legislative power. If you could indulge me for a second. Mr. Speaker, sir, this matter had also come up when the Joint Parliamentary Committee had deliberated on the multi-state cooperative bill. Now, there are a catena of judgments by various courts in this country, including the Supreme Court, that the power to legislate with regard to cooperative societies and by implication cooperative banks vests with the state governments. Government's answer will be that the earlier two Banking Regulation Amendment Acts have not been challenged. But that does not mean that we can have an ambiguous source of legislative power. So my submission through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, to the government is that where there is ambiguity with regard to legislative power, why would they amend the 7th schedule? List 1, List 2 and List 3, update it so that there is absolute clarity with regard to where government is drawing legislative power in order to enact a particular legislation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव तो सेंटर के अंदर में आएगी ना?
अध्यक्ष जी,
ऐसे में
अध्यक्ष जी, जब जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी बनी थी इसके ऊपर, ये विषय उसमें भी उठा था, क्योंकि एंट्री 43, 44 यूनियन लिस्ट और एंट्री 32 में विरोधाभास है, और हम लोगों ने उस टाइम पे भी डाइसेंट नोट नहीं दिया था, पर अपनी ऑब्जर्वेशंस दी थी इस चीज के ऊपर कि ये कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज को सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट रेगुलेट कर सकती है कि नहीं, इसके ऊपर विरोधाभास है. मेरा लिमिटेड पॉइंट ये.
ओके,